Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Unfog with Dr. Atahartethstrcourses. In today's video, I will be discussing the study plan for EMRS PGT. Actually, we know that there are around 2266 vacancies for PGT. So, I am making this video before the deadline of application because actually there is one reason. The reason behind making this video is to help you all decide whether you should apply for EMRS or not. The aspirants are actually worried that the question paper might be difficult because the entire 11th and 12th syllabus is covered straight from the NCERT textbook, right? And some aspirants may also be feeling that as this is a national level examination, there will be a lot of competition, so no use of applying for this examination. So if you are the one of those aspirants who are unsure about applying for EMRS PGT position, then this video is specifically for you. If you are applying or if you have already applied, then you must watch this video because I am going to give you a solid study plan for preparing for this exam. So I kindly request all eligible aspirants to watch this video till the end, because by the time you finish watching this video, you will have one clear idea of whether you should go ahead and apply for PGT position or not. Okay, so let's begin. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to this channel for more future sessions of this type based on EMRS. So my dear friends, you can achieve your dreams of becoming a postgraduate teacher. You have to stay focused, you should work hard and believe in yourself for that. And remember that every step you take will bring you closer to your goal. You need to stay motivated and never give up because you have the ability to succeed. Just you need to keep going and make your dreams come true. Why did I tell that you have the ability to succeed? Because you know the syllabus, right? See, only the aspirants who have done MSc and B.Ed are eligible for this PGT post, right? So if you have done MSc means you have read or heard or you know something about the syllabus. No matter whatever your marks are in your MSc, you know something about the syllabus, right? The terms, the words given in the syllabus are not new, right? So what is the syllabus? See, to know what is the syllabus, you need to watch my earlier video on EMRS PGT syllabus. I'll give the link in the description. Basically, to tell in short, the syllabus is based on NCERT 11th and 12th. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm telling that you know the syllabus. There's nothing new for you to understand, right? Maybe you are weak in some concepts. Maybe you have forgotten something which you have read in your BSc and MSc. But then you are not an entirely stranger for the given syllabus, right? So this is the main point you have to understand before applying for this exam, that you have the ability to succeed because you know this syllabus. Okay? Now, moving ahead, what are the tips on how to use the NCERT books effectively for EMRS PGT preparation? First is, start with the basics, take notes, solve exercises and practice questions, and revise regularly. Now you will tell that, what is the new you are telling, madam? Everyone tells this. What's new? We are bored of this. Then I will say that, please wait. I have something more for you. I have a study plan. So what is the study plan? See, right from today, if you think, at least we have 2.5 months for exam. Okay, exam date. Okay, anyway, the date is not announced still. But more or less 2.5 months will be there right from now for the exam. Because till July 31st though is your application deadline only. Correct? So more than 15 days are there now. So after that, at least 2 months will be there for the examination. In that 2.5 months, the study plan is roughly 30 days for class 11, 30 days for class 12, and rest days you can keep for revision. Okay. Now you will say that what is this, ma'am? You are not telling anything new. This is very simple strategy, but this is not going to help us. Then I will tell you, my dear friends, please wait. I have such a big list of how to prepare for the exam, like understand the exam pattern, understand the syllabus, make one timetable, gather some study material, okay, and so on. This big list is there, but these tips are also going to be a very big question mark for you, because it will not help you for accurate preparation. This is not practical strategy. So now I will start with my actual study plan. I am taking example of a physics. Okay. If you are from chemistry, maths or biology, please don't get worried. If you want a study plan based on your subject also, please do write in the comment section. I will surely make a study plan for you all. Okay. So in this session, I am going to discuss the study plan for physics. Okay. And this is going to be the part 1 session, because I cannot finish study plan in one session. Okay. So let us start with class 11 physics. So this is the list of the chapters given for your PGT physics syllabus. It is physical world, units and measurements, motion in a straight line, motion in a plane, laws of motion, work, energy and power, system of particles and rotational motion, gravitation, mechanical properties of solids, mechanical properties of fluids, thermal properties of matter, thermodynamics, kinetic theory, and waves and oscillations. Okay. Actually, waves is one chapter and oscillations is another chapter, but I am combining it here. Okay. So this is the list of chapters from class 11 physics NCERT textbooks, which is given for EMRS PGT physics syllabus. So what is my study plan? See, let us start with which chapters we should actually focus on. According to me, you need to completely ignore the chapter physical world, mechanical properties of solids, mechanical properties of fluids. Okay. Now, what are the remaining chapters which we should focus on? They are units and measurements. Then we have this entire of kinematics, including motion in straight line, plane, even laws of motion is there, work, power, energy, system of particles, rotational motion and gravitation. And the another group is of thermal properties of matter, thermodynamics, kinetic theory and waves and oscillations. Okay, now keep this aside. Let's go for 12th standard syllabus. Electric charges and fields, electrostatic potential and capacitance, current, electricity, moving charges and magnetism, magnetism and matter, electromagnetic induction, alternating current, electromagnetic waves, ray optics and optical instruments, wave optics, dual nature of radiation and matter, atoms, nuclei, semiconductor electronics and communication systems. In this, what all you can ignore? You can ignore alternating current. You can ignore communication system. Okay. Now what is the remaining portion? Electric charges and fields and electrostatic potential and capacitance, electric current, moving charges and magnetism, magnetism and matter, electromagnetic induction, and the rest of the modern physics, in which electromagnetic waves, ray optics, wave optics, dual nature, then atoms, nuclei and electronics will come. Okay. Now there is something which you have to prioritize in this portion. Like first you should prioritize the syllabus which I have given in green box, that is the modern physics. Okay, first you have to prepare for this. Next priority should be given for the syllabus which is there in purple box, that is current, electricity, moving charges, magnetism, electromagnetic induction. Then third priority should be given to the electric charges and fields and electrostatic potential and capacitance. Okay. So this is about 12th physics. Now let us go back to 11th standard physics. What is my actual study plan? Now I am taking only those chapters excluding the chapters which I have cut. Okay, so to start with units and dimensions. So in this chapter, you don't need to study entire syllabus. What is that you have to know? You should know about dimensional formula. How to write a dimensional formula for any physical quantity. You should know what are errors, then significant figures. Okay, so errors, significant figures and a dimensional formula of physical quantities. Only so many topics you have to learn properly for this examination. Okay, next moving on. Next chapter is motion in a straight line. So here you need to know about the concepts of displacement thoroughly. Okay, so whatever topics I am giving here, you should be perfect with those topics. Okay, then only you will be ready for a physics exam with this syllabus. Okay, so displacement, velocity, then acceleration concept. In acceleration concept, you should understand the retardation concept also. In velocity, you should understand the instantaneous velocity, average velocity also. When I talk about displacement, you should know the difference between distance and displacement. Okay. And what is the main concept you have to understand from this chapter is, you can use displacement to get velocity by differentiating it. Then you can get acceleration by differentiating the velocity. You can get back the velocity from acceleration by integrating the acceleration, and you can get back the displacement by integrating the velocity. Okay, if you know this concept properly, you can solve any problem based on displacement, velocity and acceleration. So it is understood that you should know the basics of differentiation and integration thoroughly when you talk about motion in a straight line, motion in a plane and laws of motion, even work, power and energy also. Okay, basically in mechanics portion, you need to understand the differentiation and integration concept and you should be able to solve the problems. Okay, next moving on, talking about motion in a plane. So in this chapter, you should understand the difference between scalars and vectors. See friends, whatever topics I am giving, you can stick on to these topics and you can become thoroughly perfect with these topics. Okay, so this is enough for your preparation. Okay, so talking about scalars and vectors, you should know the differences, you should know the definitions, you should know the concept of unit vectors, and you should know the projectile motion and a few simple formula related to projectile motion, like time of flight is there, range is there, the horizontal distance is there. Okay, so you should know these simple formulae because the numericals which will be asked from this part will be using this formulae directly. Okay, so this is one thing. And when we talk about motion in a plane, you should understand that what is the concept of uniform linear motion. In uniform linear motion, the velocity is constant. So if velocity is constant, means acceleration will be 0. Like that only, if we talk about uniform circular motion, you will have constant speed, varying velocity will be there because change in direction will be there for the body traveling in that circular motion, but speed will be constant and even centripetal acceleration will be constant. So this type of concepts you should be knowing. Okay. Then moving on to next chapter, it is laws of motion. So when we talk about laws of motion, we are talking about Newton's laws of motion. Okay, so here few concepts like first law, second law and third law of motion. You should understand what are these laws telling and you should know the practical applications of these laws, and you should know the concept of linear momentum, and you should also know the concept of frictional forces. Okay, so this is very, very important for this chapter. Okay, frictional forces. And simple questions like this can be asked, like the linear momentum of a particle is given by P is equal to A plus BT square, where T is a time and A and B are constant vectors. Then the magnitude of force acting on particle varies with the time T as. So here in this type of a question, how you are going to solve things here? You will use force is equal to dp by dt, which is Newton's second law, and you will differentiate the given equation for linear momentum. Once you differentiate, you will understand that because a and b are constants, f is directly proportional to time t. So option B will be the correct answer here. Okay, t to the power 1 is nothing but t. So f is proportional to t. Okay, this type of questions can be asked from this chapter. Next, work, energy and power. So here in this chapter, very simple questions will be asked based on work, based on the concept of energy, power and collisions. That is also very important topic from this chapter. Okay, collisions, very important. So very few simple questions will be asked, like for example, a body of mass 10 kg is dropped to ground from a height of 10 meters. The work done by the gravitational force is what? Okay, so they are giving you the value of g, which is 9.8 meter per second square. So here, as the body moves in the direction of force, so work done by gravitational force will be positive, and we know that work done is equal to force into distance. That work done is actually potential energy also here, so that will be equal to mgh, or force is nothing but mass into acceleration, or if you talk about acceleration due to gravity, it will be mg, so distance will be h. So work done will be equal to mgh. So you substitute things and you get 980 joules. Okay, and it will be plus because the direction of force, the body is moving in the direction of force. Okay, so the work done by gravitational force will be positive. Option D will be the correct answer for this question. Okay, so it's a very simple question. Only thing is you should understand the direction and you should know the formula. Everything is given, mass is given, gravity is given, I mean to say acceleration due to gravity is given, and height is also given. Just substitute and find the answer. Okay. Next, system of particles and rotational motion. So in this chapter, you should know the concept of a moment of inertia. You should know the concept of center of mass. Then you should know the concept of torque. Then angular momentum. So once you are clear with these concepts and their practical applications, then things will become very much clear and you should know this table thoroughly. What is the table? It is the table of moment of inertia of rigid objects, okay, which are having different type of geometries. You can see the moment of inertia for cylindrical shell, hollow cylinder, solid cylinder, thin rod, solid sphere. Okay, so you should know these formulae. Directly you can answer the questions because many times the question is related to the direct formula from this table. Okay, this is about system of particles and rotational motion. Next, moving on, next chapter is gravitation. So here in gravitation, you should know the concept of what are the Kepler's laws. All the three laws you should know thoroughly, and you should know the concept of escape velocity is there, then orbital velocity, then what else will be there in this chapter? This Newton's universal law of gravitation will be there, no? Universal law of gravitation. So that is also important from this chapter. And very simple questions and simple formulae are there. Like for example, there are short tricks also, like this one. Orbital velocity and escape velocity is related like this. Escape velocity upon orbital velocity is equal to square root of 2. Okay, this type of tricks also you can make on your own while preparing from these topics of this chapter. Okay. Next is thermal properties of matter. Now it is optional. It is up to you if you want to prepare for this chapter or no. You can skip also. But if you want to prepare, then what you should know is you should know about Stephen's law. This is the formula. Total energy radiated by a black body is equal to sigma T to the power 4. Basically, the energy is directly proportional to 4th power of the absolute temperature of the body. Okay, along with this you can also learn about concept of heat and temperature if you are interested, because questions will come. Heat and temperature concept you can learn. You can learn about thermal expansion, and you can also learn about the heat transfer and Newton's law of cooling. That is also important actually, Newton's law of cooling. But I am not stressing more on this chapter. Anyway, if you are interested, you can learn from this chapter because it's very easy. Okay. Next is thermodynamics. This is a very important chapter. So in thermodynamics, you need to know about laws of thermodynamics. Zeroth law is there. First law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics, third law of thermodynamics. So all these things you should know. And then you should know about reversible and irreversible process. Then you should also know about Carnot cycle. That is also very important. Then you should know about adiabatic process, isothermal, all those type of processes will be there. No, all that you should know. So what you can do is, I have a class readily available in this YouTube channel on thermodynamics. Okay, one short class is there. So you can cover the entire chapter just by watching my class. So I will be giving you the link of that class in the description below. So that will surely be more than enough for you for preparation of thermodynamics. Okay. So that's it for this thing. Next, talking about kinetic theory. When it comes to kinetic theory, you should understand that you should know about gas laws. Only this topic is enough for this chapter. Okay. Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law, Avogadro's law, and together you can derive a gas law. That is more than enough for this chapter. You need to understand all the concepts based on this. Okay. Next is waves and oscillations. For waves and oscillations, what you have to know? You should know about Doppler effect, and you should know about simple harmonic motion, and then what is wave motion, and then superposition of waves. Then that's it. So Doppler effect is very important. Usually they are talking about Doppler effect when it comes to waves and oscillations. Questions will come from this only. Okay. So if you have noted down the topics which I have discussed for each chapter, well and good, or else you can take the screenshot right now. I have written everything, the syllabus which is made easy for EMRS PGT, that is the modified syllabus. If you want to clear this exam, if you are becoming very much thorough in these topics along with the numerical problems, then I am sure this will be more than enough for you all. How easy things have become now. You can just count those topics and you can understand whether you can prepare for physics or no. Correct? So this I have done only half syllabus. I have showed you the study plan of which topics you have to study from which chapter, just for class 11 physics. Okay. So in the next part, I will be showing you in the same pattern what will be the topics you have to prepare for from each chapter of class 12 physics. Okay. So for that, you need to comment in the video below whether you liked this session or no, and if you want more sessions like that. Okay. If you are liking this session, I will surely upload a new video on part 2 of this study plan, that is about the class 12 physics, and I will also give you very important secret tip in that part. Okay. So you have to stay tuned with my channel. You need to be subscribing my channel. You need to share among all your friends who are writing EMRS examination this time. Okay, the PGT examination. And if you are from any other subject, please you also do comment in the comment section below whether you want a similar study plan for your subject. Either it is chemistry, maths or biology. Okay friends, I really hope that I made things easier for you and you are now able to decide whether you want to apply for EMRS PGT or no. Okay, and another important point which I want to tell you is that I can help you all out with some multiple choice questions or some type of information related to physics, maths, chemistry and biology for PGT preparation. So if you want those information and if you want to stay connected with me, please do join the Telegram channel. The Telegram channel link will be given in the description below. Okay friends, I really hope that I helped you all. Thank you. All the best. Bye.